Good morning and happy Easter. I wanted to, folks, today is Easter. We're definitely going to have a shorter show than we normally do. People have things to do. It is Easter. I understand that. I thought about not doing a show today, but you know what? I just wanted I just wanted to get together with you and wish you a happy Easter. And I figured since we're doing that, we'll talk about a few important things that are happening. But it will be a shorter, more concise show. I understand and respect that you've got family and things. I did want to say thank you. Wanted to say thank you. Y'all suggested the getting the glasses that block blue light to help with the eye strain, and they are definitely helping. They're definitely helping. Mrs. Texas Paul got me a pair. I use them all the time now. I wanted to say thank you for that. Let's dig right into it. Let's get to work. I do have to, as a public service announcement, have to issue a warning to MAGA. You need to be very, 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 very careful on this Easter. Your cult god issued a profanity laden threat as his Easter greeting this morning, and the Easter Bunny is not pleased about it. So, yeah, you MAGA folks, when you're out walking the streets, I'm going to need you to be very careful today. what, what what do you have to do to get your ass beat by the Easter Bunny? Is that playing for you guys? Is that video playing for you guys? I gotta tell you, what what did you have to do? The Easter Bunny is beating the brakes off that boy. What the hell, man? I have questions. I have many questions. There was no background information on that whatsoever. And I don't mean to laugh. I mean, it's straight up violence. But what the hell do you have to do to get the Easter Bunny to beat the brakes off your ass? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, and you know what cracked me up the most is if you go into the comments on that, the number one thing that they were concerned about was this account said that took place in Schaumburg. Schaumburg is kind of like a suburb of Chicago. Um, and people were like, that's Orlando. There are no palm trees in Schaumburg. I'm like, really? That's what's got your attention in this? Is it I mean, the Easter Bunny is beating the crap out of somebody? And that's what caught your attention? Oh my God. Woo. Oh my God. So yeah, MAGA, be careful. The Easter Bunny is not pleased. He is not pleased. Because yes, this really did happen. It really is real. You, when you see it, will think that it's AI or it's fake. Everybody in the entire world thought it was fake and has been having to re-verify and re-verify and re-verify. But yes, this was actually Trump's morning Easter greeting. Tuesday will be Power Plant Day and Bridge Day, all wrapped up in one in Iran. There will be nothing like it. Open the fucking strait, you crazy bastards, or you'll be living in hell. Just watch. Praise be to Allah, President Donald J. Trump. I'm just going to let that soak in for a second. Have a sip of coffee. This is real. This was really generated by the President of the United States. Yeah, and like I said, most people, their response to this, journalism outlets, commentators, everybody their response to this is, look, I didn't think it was real either. I didn't think it was real when I saw it. I was like, oh, people are falling for this. This isn't real. I can't believe people are falling for this. No, it's real. It's real. It's been verified over and over and over again. In fact, it's still up on Truth Social right now. Yeah. The President of the United States is addled with dementia. He is. He is not in control of his faculties. He's not capable of serving out the requirements of the office. He's not in his right mind. On Easter, a Christian holiday, he thought it appropriate to say praise due to Allah. And we all know that he was being, tongue in cheek rude there when he said it, because he's been catching a lot of hell. Actually, more Christian people associated with him that associate themselves with him have been catching a lot of hell. So he made that statement. But yeah, on Easter, he chose to do this because he's not an actual Christian. But like I keep telling people, this doesn't just stay at home. The entire world is reading it and disseminating it and spreading it about, because it is the President of the United States. Damn, I hope your coffee's as good as mine. Mine is really hitting this morning. Yeah, it's out it is everywhere. It is everywhere. German media, French media, British media, um, all of your major Western media outlets have addressed this. Um, Nobody thinks it's funny. Lot of disbelief. Every article says the same thing. Yes, we have verified this. Yes, this is real, because nobody believes it's real when they first read it. But yeah, this is where we're at. I mean, and for context, I mean, this isn't the first insane, you know, post from Trump. This was just him saying this yesterday, or pardon me, day before yesterday. With a little more time, we can easily open the Hormuz Strait, take the oil, and make a fortune. It would be a gusher for the world, President Donald J. Trump. So yeah, he's not in his right mind. He is not. He is not dealing with this well. Um, the threats, if you're wondering, are because diplomacy is working. Other countries that will not cooperate with us, we've seen Italy, France, Austria, several countries ban us from using their airspace to attack Iran, which is just making Trump absolutely livid. Um, but their diplomacy is working. It is. It is working. You can also add Japan to, pardon me, India to this list. Omani, French, and Japanese vessels transit the Strait of Hormuz. It was not immediately clear how the vessels, which marine trafficking data shows is sailing south along the coast of Oman, secured safe passage. Diplomacy. That is how they did it. And like I said, you can add India to this list. An Indian-owned vessel carrying liquid natural gas also transited the strait. You have other countries that are doing the work. They're the grown-ups in the room. They are reaching out to Iran and they're making headway. That's the good news. That is the good news. But because they are making headway, um, Donald Trump is having a fit. I mean, he's got to be the center of attention. He has got to be, he cannot have it that other countries are being the grown-ups in the room. They are engaging in diplomacy. They're doing what should be done in this situation. He's got to say it was him. And he's a child. He's a fucking child. So he's going to issue a bunch of threats, a bunch of unhinged threats, and as these countries make more headway, he's going to claim it's because of him. He's going to claim it's because of his threats. And that is simply not the case. It's quite the opposite. His threats are a real problem to the process. But the process continues nonetheless. This is about to happen. Kudos to Keir Starmer. They have been somewhat um, late to the party, is the way I'll put it. France, and you know me, I am not a fan of Giorgia Meloni in Italy. I am not. But you've seen Macron in France. You've seen Giorgia Meloni in Italy. Um, Several European leaders have stepped up um, and engaged in direct talks with Iran. And you can see that it's having effect. You can see where this is going. You can see the trend. Starmer is out and out openly. I wouldn't say giving Trump the middle finger, but definitely bucking Trump in what Trump wants, and Trump is trying to do with Rubio. It's a direct middle finger to Rubio because Rubio has been trying to make anything that happens U.S. centric. But no, this is going to happen. This is just about every nation in the EU. You're talking about the EU, Asia, and Middle Eastern nations getting together for a peace conference. Um, it's basically a peace Zoom call, um, but we will not be there. We are not invited. We are not invited. This is an extra U.S. attempt. The good news is, as an American, I have to sit here and I have to tell you this fucking sucks. It does. It sucks. But I wholeheartedly agree with it. I hate that our country is what it is right now, but it is what it is right now because of who we elected. And I know you and I didn't elect this piece of shit, but he is the president. And our country is doing all of this in all of our names. And yeah, it sucks. It sucks because we don't support this. We don't agree with this. We don't. And I'll tell you, again, please allow me to issue another apology. We know what this is doing to the world. We know what this is doing to the world's economy. We know that this is Trump's the fact that he was stupid to begin with. Trump was stupid to begin with. He was a stupid, stupid man to begin with. He was born between third base and home plate, and he has managed to roll himself back all the way back to first base multiple times. He is a stupid, stupid man. And now he has dementia. He has dementia. I don't understand this, Bobby. This is a show where you are part of the community. You are part of the show. I don't understand this thought, Bobby. I don't. I don't understand. We're seeing diplomacy work. We're seeing nobody wants a nuclear exchange or anything like that. Other countries have told us, no, we're not getting involved in your war. I don't understand the thought process that gets you to believe. And no smoke, man, nothing negative. I'm truly trying to understand where that fear comes from because it's unsupported. Let me put it that way by the reality on the ground. You're seeing it. You're seeing Keir Starmer hosting, a peace summit. You're seeing the Iran's Gulf neighbors are working. We're seeing progress in the Straits of Hormuz. I don't understand that fear, my brother. I don't see that. I don't see this metastasis. Now, Ukraine, I think there's been a lot of missteps in Ukraine. I think Putin's been emboldened. He's now gotten a lot of cash. Do I think that could metastasize into a continent-wide war in Europe? Yeah, that could happen. But this, I don't know, man. I don't know. Well, I hear you, brother. I hope I can reassure you. A lot of people, and again, no smoke, my man. No smoke whatsoever. You are not alone in that fear. You are not. And I just wanted to understand where you were coming from. But yeah, I think you can take heart that the grown-ups in the room are saying, no, this is not where we're going. This is why that psychopath Netanyahu and our psychopath Trump are on their own, because nobody is okay with an escalation in this situation. No one. And no, I'm not saying I think Ukraine's going to metastasize into World War III either. It's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it has more possibility than what's going on in the Middle East. It just does. It just does. We do have some good news. That's the way it's going to work today, folks. We're going to talk about some good news, some bad news, some good news, some bad news, some good news. We're going to bounce back and forth a little bit today. Before we get to that, though, I'm going to take a pause and read some of your comments and welcome some new members. Chuck, welcome, my friend. Welcome. Kissy Cat, thank you for the support. Cannot do the show without you. I love you folks for allowing me to do this full time. I am truly, truly, truly grateful. George, welcome, brother. Thank you for the support. Helen of Scots gifted 5 memberships. There's a process. If you have not allowed, it's really easy. If you do a search on Google or even on YouTube on how to accept memberships. Now, you're going to get bombed with a lot of videos on how to create memberships as a YouTube contributor. Ignore those. That's not what you're looking for. You're looking for the specific videos on how to accept gift memberships. They're there, and there's a really short one that I found. I linked for somebody the other day that just allows yourself to accept gifts, and then you just have to hit the join button. You can get it for free. But yeah, just do a quick search on it. You'll find it. There's a lot of people that have the same question if you're having difficulty accepting those gift memberships, because they are out there, my friends. They are out there. Jordan B. Miller, thank you for being here, brother. Happy Easter and happy Passover. Man, I love you people. I really do. McBastage, Thank you, brother. Thank you for being so generous and gifting those memberships to people. It allows you to use the emojis. It allows you. It's just an inclusive thing. That's the way our community is here, man. That's who we are. Thank you, brothers and sisters. I appreciate you. Et, the Mad King can see us next Tuesday. Yep. Yep. See you next. I forgot in Tuesday. Susan Ann Jones. Happy Easter. Welcome. 3-month membership. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you. Rich Lawton, thank you and Mrs. Texas Paul. This is a wonderful community for recharging my batteries 3 times a week. Happy Easter, everyone. Thank you for being here, Rich. Tube Kurt, neither 25th from the cabinet nor impeachment from Congress. The Republican Party does not get another at-bat when this era is over. The party must cease to exist. I agree with you wholeheartedly. It will not, but I agree with you wholeheartedly. Independent. Thank you, Texas Paul, for keeping us informed. No, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. New West Bill. Wow, super generous, Bill. Super generous. There are 50 free memberships out there for you to claim. If you're watching this, you're a subscriber, but hey, don't have the cash laying around. There are free memberships for you to have. This community is taking care of you. We are an inclusive community. John Branch, thank you. Easter Bunny hides eggs because he doesn't want everyone knowing he banged the chick. God, you're the worst, man. You are the worst. The chickens cross the road wide to get away from that damn Easter Bunny. You are the worst, brother. Oh my God. It's Easter, my man. Bald Thanos, Bugs Bunny stopping crime. Hell yeah. Devil of Dallas, $60 to fill up a Honda Accord in Dallas. Fuck Donald Trump. Yep. It's coming home. And I'm telling you, it's getting worse. Gas has been parked at West Texas Intermediate has been parked at $111 a barrel. It's going to be really interesting with these threats of escalation versus where diplomacy has moved. Is Wall Street going to continue to be the stupid dog that falls for the fake throw with Donald Trump? Or, are they going to still pay attention to Taco Man? Or are they going to pay attention to the grown-ups in the room that are actually making headway? I'm hoping we see some relief in these oil prices because they are hurting a lot of people. New West Bill, happy Easter to everyone. Thank you, Bill. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Agent Cajun John, how's that no one in the White House can stop this BS? Pull the plug. I agree with you, brother. I agree with you. John Branch, he'll claim it was an AIDS post like over and over again. He claims he's the one that runs that account. So, yeah, he can say what they want, but we know that was his sickness. So Mita Faketa, every time we think Trump can't get lower, he and his cohorts sink 10 steps below MAGA, make America gag again. Thank you for the huge support. I really appreciate you. And you're damn straight. They are awful. Jordan B. Miller, the JCPOA was working until Trump tore it up. Yeah, it was. This is all by choice. Let's get back to work. I'll catch up on the rest of the comments here in just a little bit. We have some good news to follow that bad news. We do have some good news. The Wizzo, the weapons officer, the backseat on that F-15 that got shot down, has been found alive and has been rescued. He used his SEER training to keep himself alive. We did manage to get to him before the Iranians did. This is very, very good news. I am so relieved and so happy for his family. I am. This has me at a pause. It really does. It really does. It's really, really, I don't know the right word because it's not shocking anymore. It's like when the F-15 was shot down. We denied it. We denied it. I didn't come out on social media saying, "Oh, man, an F-15's been shot down," because we were flat out denying it. The Iranians said, "No, we shot it down." Who lied in that situation? We did. We were the ones that lied about that. The Iranians were 100% spot on. They shot down, and the claims they've made about shooting down our aircraft have been panning out. We've got another situation that in this rescue, you saw the image there of the burned out plane. That is in attached to every bit of foreign news about this rescue. That image you saw of that burned plane, that was not the F-15, folks. That was not the F-15. We've got another situation of competing claims. Hegseth and Trump are claiming what a stellar, remarkable, incredible rescue this was, and it was just perfect, and it was just it. Then you have the Iranians saying they shot down two of our transport aircraft and two of our helicopters during the rescue. The Trump administration says, "Nuh-uh, you didn't shoot shit down." The Iranians said, "Oh, really? Here's the pictures of the burning plane." And yes, that is one of our transports that you saw in that picture, completely burned and scattered across the ground. Our government has come back and said, "Well, no, no, no. They had technical difficulties and had to land, and we blew them up. You didn't shoot them down. We blew them up." And Iran is saying, yes, correct. It's Iran is claiming two C-130s. And Iran is saying, "No, we shot them down. We shot them down. Your crews escaped, but we shot them down." And I hate this more than anything, that I believe the Iranian government over my own. And I hate that more than anything. I really do. I really do. And I actually don't know. And I was very eager to speak with y'all this morning to get y'all's feelings on this, because I have to tell you, this is a hard one for me. It is. I love my country. I do. I don't trust my government. In that situation with conflicting reports and conflicting claims, I am believing a government that is hostile to me. And I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. I don't like where that leaves me. I mean, it's got my stomach in a knot. And I don't even have the words for it. And I don't know, folks. This is a roundtable. This is live chat for a reason. We do this live for a reason. Where are you on this? I mean, we know the plane. First it was, oh, it was stellar, it was perfect, nothing went wrong, it was absolutely perfect. And it was, we shot down several of your aircraft during your rescue mission. Then it was like, oh wait, no, no, you didn't. We didn't have any aircraft shot down. Okay, here's the burning pictures of your burning aircraft. Oh, wait a minute, no, we had a couple that had technical difficulties. We landed them, we blew them up, you didn't shoot them down. Oh yes, we did. I mean, don't you hate this? Don't you just hate this? I know I do. I know. I do. I'm at the point where I'm just so frustrated. And this is one of the reasons why I'm leaning towards believing Iran's account, because this really happened, folks. You know how we talk about ship traffic, and I'll take you to the ship finder, and there's a couple websites you can go to that will track maritime traffic just about real time. Satellite tracking on maritime traffic. Well, there are a couple websites that also track aircraft, because aircraft have transponders on them. One of them is flight radar, and they will track flights. So if you've got, like if your spouse takes a trip and this, you know their flight number, you can actually track the flight. You can see where it is. Well, military aircraft have transponders. When they're flying in commercial areas, they keep those transponders on so that they can be tracked, so that towers can track them. There's very famously a video, well, actually, it's an audio from a Blackbird pilot, and it's really hilarious. You've got a Cessna pilot that calls into the LA Tower for a speed check, and he's doing 130. He's doing 130, and then you get some guy that's got a private jet, and he wants to step on this guy. Ha ha ha. And he calls in for a speed check right after, and all the pilots are like, "Oh, you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have done that." So everybody starts dunking on him. Then you get this guy in a private jet that calls in, and he's like, "Yeah, you're doing 400 knots." Then, of course, you get it rolls all the way up to an F-18 pilot who's talking smack, and he calls in. He says, "Yeah, you're doing 800 knots." And everybody's like, "Ooh!" Then all of a sudden, a Blackbird pilot is on station, and and SR-22, correct, is on station. He calls in for a speed check, and the tower's like, "You're doing 1980 knots across the ground," and then there's radio silence, and the Blackbird pilot chimes back in and says, "Really? We've got us clocked in at slightly over 2,000." And it's hilarious to listen to. It's just hilarious because you get each person is talking smack and they're dunking and dunking and dunking. Yeah, pardon me. I said SR-20. It's SR-71. You're correct. You're correct. It's really funny to listen to. If you ever hear it, it's hilarious. But the reason they can do that is because military aircraft do have transponders, and they do keep them on, especially when not in combat missions and they're flying in, proximity to commercial, I mean, it's just a thing, right? That's how their people are tracking these deportation sites. Well, you're supposed to turn them off in combat missions. And apparently the Kuwaiti Air Force was assisting, and this is going to be a diplomatic problem for Kuwait. It is. It's going to be a diplomatic problem for Kuwait because they're trying, on one hand, to talk to Iran, and then they're doing stupid things like leaving the transponders on their C-130 while they're engaged in the rescue mission for the F-15 pilot. This is a real thing. This really happened. This really fucking happened. KF 3218, a C-130 Hercules, C-130J Hercules belonging to the Kuwaiti Air Force, left its transponder on. I wonder what was in this crevice right here that they kept circling and 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 circling. Yeah, so operational security was shit during this rescue, which leads me to believe there were probably complications, which leads me to believe that yes, Iran was, and I hope you're following me there. A Kuwaiti C-130 engaged in this rescue operation, and it was part of the search and rescue for this F-15 weapons systems officer. Left their transponder on as they flew into Iran, and you can just see they're circling over a specific area over and over and over and over and over again for the entire world to see. Well done. Well done. So yeah, I'm seeing things like that. I know how incompetent our leadership is, but I have faith in our military. But I can see the damn burning plane on the ground. I can see your initial denial. Then you've got to accept, yeah, we lost the plane. So are you lying just because the president told you to lie and say it was perfect? Or were you lying? I mean, I hate this situation. I hate this situation. I hate this situation. I do. I do. I hate that I cannot just simply accept what my government tells me because they're going to fucking lie to me. ET, is it time for others to start posting sanctions against both U.S. and Israel May 1st? Day will be yeah, be ready for it. May Day is going to be a big strike. May 1st is a big proposed strike. Todd Brown, welcome. Welcome. 4444 WGD. You have to let me know what that means, man. Thank you for the support. I'm truly grateful. I am truly grateful. You're going to have to let me know what that means. Diana Murray, welcome. Wayne Agrin, happy Easter, everyone. Welcome, sir. 2 months in membership. Congratulations. Congratulations. Standard Deviation gifted 20 membership. There are plenty of memberships for people to have. All of these generous people are just giving them away to you. You've got to snap them up, folks. You got to snap them up. Tony Mason, I got my Texas Paul coffee cups and pin yesterday. Awesome. I will drink his obituary champagne from the cups. Thank you. I'm telling you, that is the most anticipated obituary in the world. Barbie, welcome. Welcome. Cape Mary Light. Trump only knows fools and idiots based on who he is looking at for replacements. Happy Easter and Passover. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Billy Harmon. We have the best community. We do. We have the best community. Billy Harmon, welcome. Hattie Taylor, welcome. George Leinenweber, thank you for the support, sir. Ditto. Ditto. John Branch. That was actually two different ones, by the way. That was not me clicking on the same post. George sent in support twice. Thank you, sir. 525 a gallon in Austin. Wait till freight bill comes. Yep. I'm really hoping that the markets start paying attention to what other countries are doing and stop paying attention to our fucking idiot president. Billy Harmon, happy Easter from Washington State, Texas. Paul, hope your coffee is better than mine. Brother, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Very generous and heartfelt. I appreciate it, brother. Melissa Grubb, Mr. Global says the floor for crude is higher now. We will be wishing for today's price in a week or two. I hope this is one time he isn't correct. What he's talking about when he says that is, you'll remember my shows from several months back where oil West Texas Intermediate was hovering in the 50s and low 60s, and I'm sounding the alarm bell saying, look, if this drops below 50, that's a major problem for us. That's bankruptcies, small to mid-level energy companies in the 50s. Small companies are already going bankrupt. In the lower 50s, and when it goes below 50, mid-level energy companies start declaring bankruptcy, and production plummets, which leads to a rubber banding of oil prices. and you can't just flip that switch back on. I kept warning that's hugely, a huge problem. We're never going back to that in these times. We're just not. It's never coming back. This has changed oil economically forever. It will be years before we rebuild all the infrastructure, and everyone knows it. So, yeah, oil prices will drop, but the new floor is nowhere near where it used to be. The new floor is mid to high 70s, 80s. That's your new cheap gas. That's $3+ per gallon in most places. In places like California, where you traditionally have higher prices, that's high fours to $5 a gallon gas. That is just our new reality because of the idiocy of Benjamin Netanyahu and Donald Trump. The fact that they're psychopaths, they were in trouble over the Epstein files, over losing, every major argument that had traditionally saved them. Donald Trump had lost the immigration argument. So yeah, they did this for their own selfishness, and it has changed. Yeah, I'm telling you, Mr. Global is a good source. That's what he's talking about. It has changed the oil market forever. Sister Perky Dot, welcome. Welcome. Keep democracy alive by keeping your coffee cup full. Amen, sister. Amen. John Branch, buying you all the coffee for the ones laughing at my Easter Bunny joke. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Jordan B. Miller, it's a shame the Iranians are more believable than the United States. It is a shame. It is a shame. It is a shame. Disturbed in Ohio. How much pull does third way actually have? Love to all. You have to tell me what third way means, brother. I'm not following you there. ET at the start, take the average between the two. Yep. DK Walk, I don't even for 1 nanosecond trust this government. I don't either. And it just makes me sick. It makes me feel sick. Look, let's get back to work. Let's get back to work. This is happening. This is really happening. And I just want to frame it. I just want to show you the preface of this. The Pope's message today in the traditional greeting from St. Peter's Basilica, he had a very, it wasn't, typically they try to be very uplifting. This was a very sobering message. It really was. And his message was, look, we have got to find ourselves again. We have become way too indifferent to violence. We have got to find our humanity again. We have got to get back to that. And I commend this Pope for that message. I really do. Because there are things that really bad people are trying to normalize and make normal. And I agree with this Pope. And y'all know me. I'm not even Christian. Y'all know me. For me to sit here and say, hey, this Pope's got a good message here. It's got to be a damn good message. It really does, because there are some things that some really awful fucking people are trying to normalize that we cannot let happen. And this is one of them. This is one of them. Israel has made it normal practice now to target journalists. This car had 3 journalists in it, and it was specifically targeted. This wasn't a mistake. This wasn't a miss. This was their target, and they hit it. That is a war crime. That is one of the worst war crimes. And it's not a one off, folks. And I will tell you something that will just sicken you. This was a double tap, which in and of itself is another war crime. And we're going to talk more about that in just a minute. But when the first responders showed up to this scene, they hit it again, killing the first responders. That is really happening, folks. And it is happening all the time now. It is something that Israel is trying to normalize. And they are arguing that it's right to do because they're saying these journalists work for the enemy, they work for Hezbollah, so they're fair game. And I want you to weigh in the chat on this. But before you do, let me explain. That first image I showed you was 3 journalists from the Al Mayadin news channel in Lebanon. This is Al Mayadin. This is their homepage. This is their English version of their homepage. When you search for Al Mayadin, they'll give you the option of the English version. And I want you to see. Now, Al Mayadin is no arguing. They are pro-Iran. They are pro-Hezbollah, and they are pro the Syrian government. Ahmed al-Shara, they're all of them. They run very much what people would call propaganda. Here's that image that I told you is circulating worldwide of the plane that we claim did not get shot down. We claim that we blew it up. But here's the thing. Do they stop being journalists because they're not on your side? Because that's what Israel is claiming. They are not denying that they're doing this. They're defending that they're doing this. And their argument is they're journalists that spread stories that support the other side, so they're fair game. Where are you on this? I know what I feel about it, but what do you feel about it? Yeah, that is yeah. You need to watch that. The Iran has figured out they are head and shoulders kicking our ass in the messaging on this war. They are. Go just do a Google search on your social media for Hegseth Lego video. There have been several Lego videos that they've put out. That are AI generated videos. Iran's messaging on this has been head and shoulders above what we've been doing. But how do you feel about that? I mean, do they cease to be journalists because they're on the other side, because they support the other side? Do they cease to be journalists? I don't feel that they do. I don't feel they do, because my argument is no, work rules of engagement don't just apply to me. They apply to the other side as well. And if I start saying, well, the other side, they're not journalists anymore because I don't agree with their message, that's like saying, well, the rules of engagement only apply to my people, not yours. And that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. I may not agree with a damn thing that Oman puts out. I may not trust it, but they're journalists. They have clearly marked press on their vehicles and they're being targeted. And I'm going to make you sick right now, but it's not just the press. Israel is openly attacking aid stations and ambulances. And yes, this is British press, not propaganda. You're not seeing this anywhere in the American press. Anywhere. Israel deliberately targeting medical facilities in South Lebanon, say health workers. This is nowhere to be found in the American press. But it is in French press. It is in German press. It is in everyone else is seeing this. So yes, they're targeting journalists. They're engaging in double taps to kill first responders. And this is going to sicken you. This is from that article, again, from The Guardian, a very trusted news source. Most of the strikes on medics happened while they were sitting in ambulances or at first aid centers, several of which have been destroyed in South Lebanon. Israel has also carried out at least 5 double tap strikes, a tactic in which an initial strike is followed by a pause, allowing medical workers to arrive before the area is bombed for a second time. This is really happening. I mean, this is really happening. And our Fox News head of the, and I will call it the Department of War Crimes until these people are gone. It is the Department of War Crimes. It's not the Department of War. It's not the Department of Defense. It is the Department of War Crimes because we are engaging in war crimes. You've seen us engage in double tap strikes. You've seen us do this. This is the leader of our Department of War Crimes saying that there will be no quarter, which is a fucking war crime. It is one of the worst war crimes. We have literally hung people for doing this. We as a nation have hung people for not giving quarter. And even CNN had to chime in on that one. Word of the week, denying the enemy quarter may sound like tough talk, but it would be a war crime. It's not tough talk. It is just a war crime. You are weak if you are not showing quarter. And yes, this has finally started to enter into the American media sphere, but it is only places like NPR. It is not any of the big corporate outlets. You're not hearing this. In Lebanon, more than 50 medics have been killed by Israel. Some say they were targeted. Yes, they were targeted. A double tap means you are specifically targeting those people. And I want to re-reference you back to the Pope's message. We're losing our humanity. We're losing who we are, and we must get it back. We must get it back. And that does mean, and I mean, damn these people for doing this, but that means prosecuting our own. It does. That's what that means. That's the only road back, is to prosecute our own. They have to be held accountable. They do. And damn them for creating these situations. Diamond Garage, thank you for always being here, brother. Happy Easter, Paul. I'm at a point that this lunatic president needs to be removed from office. He is out of control, period. Posting war crime threats on Easter, I'm done. We live in lunacy. I agree with you, brother. I agree with you 100%. Jesper Jensen, it is very bad that I consider the USA to be an enemy of the free world, and I can't be a trusted ally. This from, again, our friends in Europe. This is one of our Danish friends, you know, because they get this in their media. Our media has abdicated its responsibility. So people here in the United States aren't getting this information. If you're not sitting in this audience right now, no one is telling you this. Veggie Owl Girl, Donnie Boy insulted MBS, and I heard that they are done with us. Will they kick our soldiers out of Saudi Arabia eventually? Eventually. Susan Casey, U.S. live satellite feeds are off voluntarily in the Middle East from U.S. IP addresses, government request. Yes, this is true. There are several outlets. You know how you see like Google Maps and Google Earth and all of, things like that? There are several websites that are actually just really good, where you could go and you could look at real, almost real-time satellite imagery from different places. Our government asked that we please turn that off. And many of these websites are complying. They're not showing anything from the Middle East. They want to control all the messaging, which again makes me suspicious. Susan Casey, thank you. Thank you for bringing that up. New West Bill. That's why I love our community. You have so many people that are so informed to different things that are going on. I love you people so much. New West Bill, lying is part of their normal position. Now they're forced to tell the truth to win. I'm telling you, we have got to take the loss on this, get out of this conflict, let the grown-ups handle it, and deal with this in the ballot box. Lorraine Million, it's a sad day when we believe Iran information over the clown. Iran is so much smarter with the messaging than the orange toddler. I'm telling you, folks, go watch those Lego videos. You will be shocked at the level of messaging coming out of Iran. His Truth Social puts him that much closer to the 25th Amendment. Thanks for what you do. I appreciate it. I can't play it for you here because a huge portion of it is what you're hearing, and they've dubbed it to music that is copyrighted. So they'll make me take the video down anyways, and I'll take a copyright strike if I play it for you. You've got to go seek those videos out yourself. Any social media platform that you're on, just just do a search for Lego video, and it will come up directly. Hegseth Lego video, that one is brutal. Brutal. George Leinenweber, I always wait for the news to clear. It takes a bit. Then we find out what's going on. I don't jump on corporate media. I dig listening to you. That's what I try to do too. When something big happens, yeah, I'll talk about it. But I try to be very limited in what I say because things change. They do. I'd rather talk about something the next day when the fog's cleared. DK Walk, I very much hate that we can't trust or believe anything coming out of DC while the grifters and collaborators are in charge. I already look at a government with a careful eye, but this regime is awful. Agreed. It's sickening. It is really sickening. FL6. Free hugs. Free hugs. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Stick with me. We're going to go somewhere positive here. ET, this is why we spend so much for training. Training, yes, I hear you. Cheryl, thanks for the support. I appreciate you. Angela, thanks for the support. Cannot do it without you folks. I'm truly grateful. Welcome, Gregory. Welcome. Coffee PH lover. Trump made me happy today by exposing his charlatan character to the whole world to see. Happy Easter. Yeah, it's on full display. It's on full display. Cassie Lake, perhaps revival of Keystone XL will be PM Carney's trump card in USMCA negotiations. Canada doesn't control the Keystone XL. That ran from the Keystone pipeline. That's something different. A lot of people confuse the Keystone pipeline with the Keystone XL pipeline, two different things. And the Keystone XL was entirely in the United States. It ran from the Midwest to like Ohio. Montana Will, welcome. How's the water level at the Cussin Pond? Doing okay. Water level in Corpus Christi, not so much. I did a video yesterday on that. We're going to be talking a lot about that in the near future. There's a reservoir here called Choke Canyon. I've done a lot of fishing there. My wife has nicknamed it Lake Hell because it used to be. It was a pretty. It was something else. It was really something else. But it's gone. It's at 7%. There are no functioning boat ramps. There's no way to get on that reservoir with what's left in the water. It's gone. It's at 7%. That is the water, the groundwater that feeds Corpus Christi. That and Lake Corpus Christi, which is gone. It's at 9%. And of course, the Republicans who have had warnings about this for decades, this didn't sneak up on us. Everybody kept saying, this is happening. This is really happening. This is really happening. They kept trying to run a boondoggle desalinization plant that didn't make any financial sense through because the population, it would make water, it would like triple the cost of water. But it was, a Republican associated donor that was going to build it. It was being over $1 billion. And they kept voting it down and voting it down and voting it down. So the Republicans would do nothing. Now we're at a crisis situation. And what are they offering again? This same boondoggle desalinization plant that goes to their where the funds go to their donors. And the people of Corpus Christi may be forced to take it. These Republicans are just awful. Awful. They cannot govern. They do not govern. They don't care about the American people. All they care about is taking your tax money and putting it in their donors' pockets so their donors can buy them some steaks at a restaurant. E.T., a proper message for the times. Good for you, Pope. Jesper Jensen, happy Easter, Texas Paul and Mrs. Texas Paul. Happy Easter to you, sir. Gail Brownell, since we know the Opus Dei Catholics joined forces with the Evangelicals Heritage Foundation years ago, this could get interesting with this Pope. This Pope is shattering Opus Dei. I fear for this Pope's life. I'll be honest with you. I do. He has taken Opus Dei on directly. He is breaking its back. Tiger Butterfly. My last count, 11 KC 135, 16 MQR Predators, 1 E3G AWACS, 10 radar systems, 1 CRAM, 13 bases uninhabitable, 4 F-15s, A-10, 2 helicopters, a F-35, and so much more. Fired 28 best military. You got a good count there. The F-35 you got to take off the list. That turned out to not be true. That turned out to just not be true. Jordan B. Miller, we need that F-35 is actually what ended up being the F-15. Jordan B. Miller, we need to separate double tap and refire. I'm telling you, brother, these are just straight up war crimes. They are straight up war crimes. Tony Mason, the Pentagon excluded Catholic Mass from Good Friday services, Protestant only per Hegseth. They are really pushing this really sick Christian nationalism into the Pentagon, and it is something else, man. It is something we have got to get a hold on this. We do. What he's talking about is, not only are you seeing bigotry and misogyny, you're also seeing religious bigotry that is rearing its head in, there's this whole crusader Christian nationalism that Hegseth is pushing in the Pentagon, and it is really sick and twisted. Weird Idaho liberal. Welcome, brother. Live long and prosper. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the stupids or the tyrants. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you. I really do. Jeff Schuler, I'm 99% sure they were on the ground when destroyed. This could have been a major fiasco if they were shot down. Luckily, it had a good outcome. Cargo planes were not very survivable when shot down. I hear you. We talked about that, the Lego video. A couple more and we're going to get back to work. Cecile Kazemi, no, they do not stop being journalists. I agree with you. Everyone involved with Netanyahu should be in jail. Israel has elections in October, and I just don't know if they can save themselves. I mean, you people are doing the work to make sure we save ourselves here, that we show the entire world that we are not Trump. Y'all are doing the work, man. I don't know that Israel can save themselves. I'm really concerned for the people that do not support this. They aren't animals. They aren't, you know, they're not part of the radical right in Israel. I fear for their future. I really do. ET, thing is, it is looking much like much of the Israeli military is a bunch of hard right wingers. It's what they want to do here as well. Get involved. Israel definitely has the same problem we do. It's virtually identical. The only difference is the ratios. MAGA does not make up a majority here. The extreme conservatives, and I mean extreme, do make up the majority in Israel. That's why I say I don't know if they're gonna be able to save themselves. Susan Sylvester, welcome. Welcome. Love to see the new members. Mr. Knudsen, there can't be a free press with reporting when reporting gets you killed. Amen. Amen. It can't be, it's war crimes for thee, but not for me. It cannot be. Or these things are meaningless. And I am not going to let them go. I'm not going to lose our decency and our humanity. I'm just not. As a vet and an Air Force civilian, it just depresses me every day I go to work to not trust the government I now work for. I hear you. I hear you, brother. Cape Mary Light. That's why Trump and Bibi are going to get charged with war crimes. We're going to have to. We're going to have to. God damn them for creating this situation. Welcome, Edie. Welcome. Ed Deeb. Welcome. Rena, I am on the side of journalists, just like I am for supporting all the military leaders that are being fired for the same reasons, speaking the truth. Cecile Kazemi, liars want to hide the truth about what is happening in real time. Truth doesn't help their purpose, especially if what they're doing is illegal. I hear you. I hear you. Let's get back to work. I'll catch up on the last of these comments here in a minute. I want you to compare, and I want you to leave. I want to leave you with a good taste in your mouth. I do. Compare the shit coming out of Trump. This was Mark Carney. Kudos to you, my Canadian friends, my Canadian brothers and sisters, for having a decent leader. This was Mark Carney's message this morning. Today, Christians across Canada celebrate Easter and the resurrection of Jesus Christ. We're reminded that compassion is stronger than hate, that light follows darkness, and that hope endures, even in the face of despair. From my family to yours, have a blessed Easter. Remember when we had leaders like that? This is from the DCCC. This is from the Democrats. Theirs was more generic and more all encompassing. Wishing a very happy and joyful Easter to everyone celebrating today. And then they relied more on the iconography in their message. But there was a really great message put out by the Democratic Hispanic Caucus of Florida. There are these messages coming out of every Democratic Party organization, but kudos to the Democratic Hispanic Caucus of Florida. This one was really good. This one was really good. Happy Easter, wishing you hope, renewal, and brighter days ahead. The Democratic Hispanic Caucus of Florida extends its warmest wishes to all who celebrate this Easter season. May this day of renewal and hope inspire unity, compassion, and a continued commitment to uplifting our communities as we reflect on the values of faith, resilience, and new beginnings. Let us move forward together with purpose and optimism for the future. Wishing you and your loved ones a joyful, peaceful Easter. Man, that is the kind of message, like I keep telling people, I'm not Christian, but you know what? That message feels inclusive to me because I take this day. I may not celebrate it in the religious way that some people do, but on a human level, I take this day as a day of renewal, a day to remember our decency and who we are. Just to step outside in the sun, take a deep breath, and look around at life renewing itself and recharging and refinding the best of ourselves. To me, that's what this day is all about. And kudos to everybody that is spreading that message. Unlike our psychopathic president. Man, I hope your coffee's as good as mine. At least as good as mine. Hell, I hope it's better. I really do. Harold Puttinson, thanks for the support, brother. I appreciate it. Our European audience, I appreciate all of you. George Leinenweber, Harold, where are you hailing from? It just shows me that it's in euros, which doesn't tell me exactly where you're hailing from. George Leinenweber, we used to listen to shortwave radio. Remember those days? Yeah, my dad used to have this huge antenna in our backyard. Disturbed in Ohio, third way to the center left think tank. They're against progressive ideas about healthcare, et cetera, saying we can't win elections with our platform. They're doing purity testing, shaking my head. They have big money. Anybody that isn't being inclusive and it isn't pushing the message to get people to the polls, anybody that's doing any voter suppression, fuck them, block them, be done with them. We are too close to the election to entertain stupidity. Oregon Wine Lady, how would it work for us to prosecute the U.S. folks responsible for this? Who would do it? When? It would have to be after the 2028 elections, and it would have to be in cooperation with the international community. And it's going to be a problem politically, folks, because there's going to be a lot of, a lot of Cletuses out there that aren't going to like it. That's really going to motivate the stupidest among us. But, you can't, there can't be moving forward without accountability. It just can't happen. E.T., I wonder how many of the Christian nationalists will try to make the Pope's message the opposite of what he intends it to be so that they keep stroking hate. They're already attacking his message. They are already attacking his message. Some of the stuff you see on social media already about that it's just disgusting. New York Hancock, welcome. Thank you. Glad to see you here. Love to see all the new members. Brian Pisha, Israel is committing war crimes in Gaza. When the food aid trucks showed up, Israel bombed them and the ambulances. Israel has no right to complain if Iran strikes them. Benjamin Netanyahu has lost his fucking mind. He is a psychopath. There was a time, maybe 30 or 40 years ago, 30 years ago, you could have defended his positions as self-defense. That has long passed. I had a conversation with someone the other day that was trying to condemn me as an anti-Semite because of the way I speak out. I'm not anti-Semitic. I'm not anti-Jewish. I'm not anti-Semitic at all. I'm telling you, Netanyahu is a psychopath. And they tried to use the argument, well, oh, they're attacking us. Why shouldn't we respond? And that was their whole thing. It was defensive. I said, and my response to that is, if 75 years in, you still can't get along with your neighbors, maybe it's you. Maybe it's you. Which was not a message that was well received, but you know, if 75 years into the existence of your country, you cannot get along with your neighbors, maybe it's you. ET, it is less than 31 weeks until the general election. Verify your voter registration and deadline dates. Know your early voter dates. Get involved. Amen, brother. Amen, brother. Wendy Bowman. Good to see you. Thank you for spelling it out for me. Bibi is giving all Jewish people a bad name. How sad. I'm telling you, there are a lot of people taking a lot of hate, and I don't like it. I don't like it. There are people out there there are good Christians, and then there are Christian nationalists. Why the fuck would you attack the good, decent Christians that do well in society, that do good things in society, for somebody like a Pete Hegseth? It's not right. Stop it. Stop it. It's not right. It's like condemning all Palestinians as terrorists. That's bullshit. Stop it. George Lyndon Weber, I still love Taco the chicken. I hear you, brother. Hermana Delphi, well, glad you're here, sister. We need to be Germany after World War II. Prosecute. Amen. Amen. You know, I saw a video the other day. It was from a hockey game. Which hockey team? I don't follow hockey that closely. Which hockey team has the green jerseys? Is it the Dallas team? And these fuckers are sitting there, and there's a thing where they go like this. And these fucking pieces of shit were turning it into a Nazi salute. Pieces of shit doing that. What the fuck is wrong with us, man? And yeah, it was four fucking guys having an entire stadium full of people. I get it. But that's four fucking too many. Firelighted 21. I have felt nothing but gut punches since day one of this administration. I am having a hard time catching my breath. You help. Thank you. Man, we got to stick together. There's a lot of scared people out there, and we've got to be their anchors. We've got to be the ones that assure them, yes, we're going to vote. Yes, we're going to make it happen. Yes, they're going to cheat, but we're going to win anyways because everyone's going to participate. Kill the voter suppression talk. End it. Wayne Atwell, thank you for being here. The Mississippi is drying up also. Yeah, we've got a problem, folks, with water. We do. We've got a problem. And no, the answer isn't anti-immigration bullshit. It's dealing with the problem and doing it early, because fixes when you're in crisis are inherently expensive and are not the best choices. Republicans in the state of Texas have known for decades they've been good. The warning has never changed. This is going to happen. It's going to happen in our southern cities first. San Antonio sits on an aquifer, but the Edwards aquifer is not, it's not an unending. Too many people in San Antonio think, well, nothing will ever happen. The Edwards aquifer will never run it. Bullshit. It's just an aquifer. It's limited in size. Our southern cities, especially southern cities like Corpus, that rely on groundwater instead of aquifers, will run out of water. That message has never changed for decades, and Republicans have done nothing. The pipeline they're trying to modify right now to try to get additional water from Lake Texana to Corpus Christi, we built that in 1997. They've done nothing since. They cannot govern. Republicans have to be removed from government, completely removed from government. Carl Rossi, the dissenting generals should go arrest Hegseth. I tell you, let's try it in the ballot box first. Sergeant Flux slapped my first. I did that Trump sticker when gas went up to $4.99 a gallon last week. It was still on there as of yesterday up here in West Pennsylvania. Good on you, brother. Good on you. Good on you. Hey, Lewis, welcome. 1948, welcome. Glad to see the new member. Kyra, good to see you. The Easter message from Carney hit me in the feels. Yeah, he's a good man. He's a good man. MM. Hi, Paul. My family and I are Indiana farmers and screaming liberal tree huggers. Good to hear it, my friend. I love you, and my family does as well. Happy Easter. Folks, I'm telling you, most farmers give a shit about the environment. They live off the earth. There's a lot of really negative talk about farmers because, this right-wing bullshit that a lot of them fell for. But I'm telling you, most farmers really give a shit about the planet. They really give a shit about the land. They live off of it. Paulette Tansel, happy Easter, Mr. and Mrs. Tex Paul, and all the ride or die Democrats. This community gives me much needed hope. Thank you. Me too. Me too. You people keep me. Tiger Butterfly, F-35 was damaged about two weeks ago. Had to make a landing and the pilot. I did a video on the 28 military leaders removed, posted to Instagram. Glad to see y'all are talking about it. I really am. Fritz Bundslang, good to see you. Here's a historical note. In 1954, the Great Generation, who are the adults in the room, gave Congress control of the Democrats, and they control it for the next 26 years. Yep. Chandra Patton. What the fuck, man? I hear you, man. I'm telling you, I'm with you. Prepping for this show, I really thought I can't talk about this shit that Trump said because it's going to end up being fake. It's going to end up, I had to I rechecked that like 4 times. I re-verified that like 4 times. Paul Dutcher, you get the last word, sir. You think you're scared. How do you think people with developmental disabilities feel when all they want to do? Forgive me. Let me start over. You think you're scared. How do you think people with developmental disabilities feel when all they want to do things that will cause people to die? I hear you. I hear you. The attacks on healthcare and support and all of it. So this one right here, I love Stone Kettle. I do. Jim Wright is a good follow. He's a good follow. He really is. Goes under Stone Kettle. For Stone Kettle Station was his radio station, his internet radio station and blog. Jim Wright is his name. Veteran, smart guy. Sergeant Flux, sticker correction. It was $4.19 a gallon. Worst coming. Yep. Let's take a look. The last thing we're going to do before we go. Commodities closed for Good Friday. They will open again this afternoon. Yep, West Texas Intermediate Crude. Just so you know, I'm not joking about it. West Texas Intermediate Crude, 111.54 per gallon. Remember just a few months ago, we were talking about, oh my God, it's in the 50s. And if it keeps dropping, we're going to see the oil industry collapse in this country. And that will lead to long term spikes in oil prices because we'll be at the mercy of, OPEC and Russia. And yeah, we've gone from that to this. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. Are they going to pay attention to the grown-ups in the room and the headway they're making with diplomacy? Or are they going to pay attention to that freaking idiot president of ours that is talking about escalating the war in Iran because he looks bad? Well, folks, it is Easter. I've got to call it quits. We've got things to do. We've got people to see. Go spend time with your people. Enjoy. Get some sun on your face. Enjoy. Enjoy this holiday. Do it. Renew yourself. Take a look at what nature's doing. Feed yourself from it. Enjoy your Easter. Enjoy your Easter. We've got a lot of work to do over the next several months, and we've got to take every opportunity to enjoy days like this. We do. Thank you for spending your time with me. I know it's asking a lot on a Sunday, but asking you to be here on an Easter Sunday is even more. It is even more of an ask, and I'm super grateful. But you people, I would never. There's nobody else I would rather spend time with. You are wonderful people. You're well informed. You're the people that we need to be getting the messaging out there. And on that, enjoy some Texas cities at night.